to be here. Thank you.
So what of that? Because she's trying to expand it beyond the tape. She's saying, yes, the women is a big issue for him. But where was his apology for the Khan family? Where was his apology for the Judge Curiel and all the others you heard her list?
Well, Megyn, I'll remind everyone that Mr. Trump did give a statement early on saying that he had said some things that he regretted.
But it was generic. There was no apology.
It was very generic
people.
because there was a number of things that he has done in fighting, because he has been fighting. He's been fighting against both sides of the establishment. He's been fighting against the media. And he says, and when you have those contentious debates, you do say things you regret, and he did.
But it wasn't a debate when he attacked Judge Curiel and just said he can't decide my case because he's of Hispanic heritage.
Well, and that was mainly because of his position on the border, and we leave out the context of what he was talking about, specifically his policy.
Because he had Hispanic parents and Trump wants to build a wall, he couldn't get a fair hearing before this judge.
Right, because of the affiliations that this judge had with organizations who are against Mr. Trump.
That's not what Trump said. That's what you said.
No,
you made a better argument
but that's why he made the statement.
No, that isn't. He was asked repeatedly, and he said he's a Mexican, which he wasn't. He's from Indiana. My point, I don't want to relitigate it all of it, but her point is, it's not just women. He said so many controversial things, and on the women front, let me ask you, because you come on the show all the time. You obviously love Trump, and you're a great defender of his. But when you saw that tape, what was your reaction?
Look, I have two brothers. I was in sports, so I was around a lot of athletes. This truly was two men who had what they thought was a private conversation talking about an attractive woman. He calls it locker room banter.
Do your brothers talk about grabbing women by the genitals?
I don't know what they talk about specifically, because when I walk into the room, they stop those discussions.
You know your brothers. You believe that they talk about grabbing women by the genitals and laughing about it and doing whatever they want to them?
But what I will say is I've also been around a lot of famous athletes and Hollywood celebrity types. And that is the entertainment culture. This was just discussion. This was two guys having a discussion. Nothing actually took place. They were words, and they were 11 years ago. The bigger point here...
He was 59 years old then. It's not like he was 20.
Well, no, absolutely. But he's still two men having a discussion, a private discussion. Megyn, we can have private discussions. Women have private discussions, even at my age of 40.
I've never had a discussion like that in my life.
Maybe not like that, but we do have discussions in private that would embarrass us in public. We do these kinds of things when we think we are alone, and that's exactly what this was.
Do you think that he can recover with women, based on what we saw? Tonight he said, I respect women, and the audience erupted in laughter.
No, I absolutely do think he can, because there are a lot of women who've already supported Mr. Trump. We look in the primaries, he won with women overwhelmingly.
But those are Republicans.
And we do see a lot of women supporting him now. There are several former women who are now working on the campaign in support of Mr. Trump, because a lot of these women, they're not wanting to elect a father figure or even a role model. They knew Mr. Trump was not an altar boy, because that's what this country needs. They need someone that's going to fight for them, someone that can break up the monopoly, stop the global corruption, and stop the reign of career politicians.
Have you ever heard him use terms like that? Have you ever heard him refer to a woman by a derogatory term?
He does not talk like that to people. This was a private discussion between two men.
How about Mike Pence? Is there any chance Mike Pence is not staying on as the vice presidential nominee?
Oh, not at all.
There are rumors to that effect.
No, there are always rumors. Look, this is the Trump campaign. This is not true at all. 100%.
They're united.
They are united.
And as for those Republicans who are abandoning Trump and who have been highly critical of him, including Reince Priebus, who hasn't abandoned but has been highly critical, what say you?
Well, I say there are a lot of Republicans who are really just looking out for themselves. I think a lot of them felt like they wanted to have some say. Some of them are running their own races. But what I will say is this is the problem that we have had, and those Republicans really need to think about why the Republican primary voters supported Trump. Democrats rallied behind President Clinton as he was engaging in very explicit activities in the Oval Office.